Yeah, there is a really big need for the food bank in Tredegar and in Blaenau Gwent. You know, people are facing all sorts of challenges and difficulties, and they really don't know which way to turn. Anybody could be in this predicament, really, and there, but for the grace of God, go any of us. And
we see many different types of people, and with many different types of problems.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yes, regarding the welfare state and the benefit reform and everything else. There's so many different problems and issues that they all come across.
Yeah. And people that are working as well.
Well, there are.
People are working and they just haven't got enough.
Well, we've had people turn up here looking for food simply because they've turned up at their place of work and there's a notice on the door, sorry, this place no longer exists, we've gone out of business, they can't get money via the welfare state, and they come to us because they just can't afford to live. They just can't afford to buy any food at all. And as I've said, we don't only feed their basic needs, but very often they ask us to feed their spiritual needs because they feel it does help them considerably. So it's useful to have the food bank within the confines of a church, and particularly with a minister here.
I think a lot of them get frustrated because wherever they go for answers, they're not given any. They find closed doors.
Yes.
And you see all these statistics pop up on the internet and in the newspapers, and if they ask a question or they've got a sanction, it can take anything from 3 to 8 weeks before they even get a letter telling them why they've had the benefit stopped. So if you've got a family to feed, what do you do in that time?
What I would like to mention are the donors, those who are giving week after week, contributing parcels from all over Tredegar. Other churches, of course, and small groups, giving tins and pastas and dried food, things like that. Without fail, it's turning up here every week, because without that food, we couldn't be giving it out, could we? No. So, you know, they are all sharing that problem. Those who are a bit better off or not without work or anything. And they think, oh, I'll put that for food bank this week, a couple of tins. And I think we're very grateful.
It's amazing how generous people are, isn't it? You know?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
They really pull together, and there's a real community spirit again, isn't there?
It's every
and we've noticed this in the food bank, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
The way that people care for each other is so different to how it was a few years ago. Yeah. People are watching out for each other and prepared not just to befriend people, but to actually, give them their time and their effort and their money in order to, make the supplies that we've got available. So that's been very, very encouraging. And like you said, the fact that we can pray for these guys or counsel them to some extent.
That's right, yeah.
They've said how important that side of it is to them, haven't they? Yeah. So.
Don't you think it's part of the role, though, to look after the needy?
Yes, absolutely.
And it always has been that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
The church would give to the poor from ancient times. Yeah. Well, it hasn't changed really, has it? No. There's always been needy people and poor in your community. Yeah.
It depends what view you've got at it, because if you look at the view that you see in the paper, they're saying that there aren't needy anymore, they're greedy. And people are condemned for using food banks, saying that they're manipulating the system, the benefit system. When in point of fact, the benefit system, I don't think it's got a clue who it's actually supposed to be serving. And you've got Cameron telling the whole United Kingdom stick together. Well, the people that are sticking together are the people in the communities. They're the ones that are looking after each other. The church, and the people that attend it, and the people that use the facility. So we do have a stick together, but it's not a stick together as what, is being broadcast on the news and in the newspapers. It's completely different.
Well, if there wasn't a need for food banks, why are they growing so rapidly from very humble beginnings to where they are now? I mean, in Blaenau Gwent alone, I think there's 1, 2, 4, isn't it, David? 4, yes. Yeah, 4 in Blaenau Gwent.
And why have we got these programmes like what we had on Monday evening, with this documentary that says the government have put all this money nationwide into funding food banks? They've got hypocrisy. We don't need food banks, but we're funding food banks. Yeah. But no, you're not funding food banks. The general public are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's coming from the general public.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a completely mixed view people have got. Unless you're on the ground with the people and you see the people in need, or you're in the church, or you're in the food bank, you know, you would probably listen to everything else that is read out to you, or you read in a paper and it's completely different.
I think there's two things that need to be mentioned. Is the fact that people like stores like Tesco's allow the Trussell Trust to stand outside their facility asking for donations. But the second thing that I've noticed, having done that, I'm sure you have, is that those that give the most look like the people who can least afford to do it.
Yeah,
It's a strange phenomenon.
And those that use the food bank do generally come back and contrip towards it when
That's
they
right,
are able.
they do.
Yeah.
They do.
So it doesn't.
And that's
really,
been one of the most encouraging things for me, is that people are thankful for
They are,
the work
definitely.
we're doing. They're
Definitely.
thankful that we're caring about them, you know, and it's isn't it a real privilege when they come in.
Oh, yeah.
It never fails to amaze me that people can come in and within a short space of time have offloaded some of their problems. And the old adage is a problem shared is a problem halved. And I think they go out of this place feeling better, you know, perhaps they've been given some physical sustenance, but just the fact that we befriended them and helped them and cared for them, they've been so appreciative of it.
We enjoy giving our welcome and chat and friendly.
And the little boy that came in, remember, came in with some tins with his, because his father had been here,
his father was outside,
the child came in with his, for the food bank, he said. And then, you know.
Yeah. We're in a position to give back now.
Yeah.
What we were originally taking out, yeah.
But there's a lot of people against us doing what we're doing.
there's still an awful lot more people that really need to be able to access a food bank, i.e. old age pensioners.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has to have a token to be able to be given food, and they get those from different agencies. But your basic pensioner on a basic pension, they are still one element of society that the food bank really needs to be reaching out to.
Yeah. Yes.
And that is really important.
I've always worked, all this is new to me. I got laid off. Before that, I had a car, a 2-bedroom house. I lost the car, couldn't afford to run it. No car, and it was harder to find work. Most of the jobs out of town, I just can't get them. I'm stuck in the cycle now. I have to borrow to survive the fortnight. We need the money. So when I paid back the money I borrowed, I'm in the same situation again. I have no food in the house. We would not be able to survive without the food bank. Talk about living on a breadline. The breadline is way up there. I haven't seen it for months. The job centre are always on my case. A friend of mine couldn't get a work experience because of the transport issues. They stopped his benefits. One of the first things I would do if I got a job is bring food here. They treat you like a real person. The last year has been a nightmare for us. The Tories don't know the price of anything, yet they impose these cuts. I don't know how it's gone so bad, yet they can't get it back now. We need the food bank to survive, but it's a shame that we're forced to use it.
When we started, it was the Trussell Trust that actually set it up for us. They sent a whole load of food over from the main food bank, which is situated in the Festival Church in Ebervale. But since then, we have taken off in as much as the people within the church donate regularly to us. I donate, St George's Church, St James's Church, the various chapels around Tredegar, they bring stuff up to us. And the minister of St James's, it's worth remembering this, or worth mentioning this, sorry, he had funding for becoming a reverend. And he gave £800 to the church for us to buy food such as you see here. And the stuff we need are non-perishable, because the Trussell Trust have had a nutritionist to look at the type of needs of people, and pasta, rice, cereals, beans, vegetables, all those sort of things with a long shelf life. We cannot accept fresh food like potatoes or vegetables of any kind other than tinned vegetables. We can't accept fresh meat. We got no way of keeping that. Although we did try at Christmas time to ensure that families went away from here with a Christmas dinner. And we done that ourselves as a church. And when a family came in, they would go from here with the wherewithal to sit down, have a lovely Christmas dinner, crackers, everything, games for the children, and that was very, very, well, heartwarming, to be honest with you. And we'd like to take that a step forward this year, in as much as if people wish to have a bit of food in there with us in the church, we would hope to do that for them as well. But, you know, that's something in the planning stage at this moment in time. In terms of donating, anyone can feel free to donate to the Saron Food Bank, which is part of the Trussell Trust, or the Blaenau Gwent Food Bank we call it. Anyone could donate non-perishable products at all. We're also happy to accept cleaning products, because you get people coming in here, they've just left one of Her Majesty's facilities, they come here, they got absolutely nothing at all. No toothpaste, no soap, no anything. So we keep that. We keep female products, you know, for ladies who are in distress because they've been abused by a partner. So we keep all sorts of things. But anyone could donate anything they feel that they can afford. And that's the important thing, not to stress themselves out while they're helping us.